You lie in the quiet of your thoughts, letting your mind stretch outward, past the walls of your room, past the atmosphere that hugs your planet, into the boundless emptiness beyond. Here, there is no up or down, no edges, only the gentle pull of an invisible tide. It is soft, almost imperceptible at first, like a whisper brushing across the skin of the universe. This is dark energy, unseen yet felt, a force that hums quietly, persistently, everywhere at once. You imagine it as a slow, cosmic breath, expanding the vastness that cradles galaxies, stars, and tiny specks of dust alike. With every exhale, the universe seems to stretch, a canvas pulled taut by invisible hands. Galaxies drift apart, slowly, as if reluctant to leave each other, yet unable to resist the push. You sense the rhythm of this dance, slow but inexorable. Time here moves differently. Not in hours or minutes, but in epochs, in the long sighs of the cosmos. You can almost hear it, a deep, resonant hum that resonates through your chest and settles in your bones. The stars above, each a small sun in its own right, twinkle with a heartbeat that mirrors the universe's own rhythm. Some are young, fierce with energy, erupting with light that has traveled millions of years to reach your eyes. Others are old, their glow fading gently, like candles burning down to warmth. And between them, the darkness is not empty but filled with the quiet insistence of dark energy, shaping space itself, weaving it into a tapestry too vast to hold in the mind. You drift alongside a spiral galaxy, its arms curling gracefully like slow dancing ribbons of starlight. Imagine the millions of stars it carries, each one a story, each one a tiny pulse in the quiet symphony. As the galaxy stretches, dark energy works silently, expanding the space between these distant lights, creating the very distance that allows you to see them individually rather than as a blur. There is a paradox here. In stretching space, dark energy reveals more, yet keeps everything further apart. Your mind floats further, beyond clusters of galaxies, beyond superclusters, into the cosmic web, the delicate scaffolding of the universe. Filaments of matter stretch across the void, thin and luminous, connected at nodes where massive galaxies cluster. Dark energy flows through and around these structures, a silent architect guiding the expansion. You feel a calmness in this knowledge. There is order in the expansion, a steady logic to the seemingly empty darkness. You sense that the universe is breathing with a quiet purpose, invisible yet profoundly present. The light from distant galaxies carries with it stories from billions of years ago, messages of an earlier cosmos. As you imagine them, you sense the passage of time not as linear but as a layer upon layer of unfolding moments, each influenced by the persistent pull of dark energy. Every photon that reaches you has journeyed through expanding space, stretched, shifted, a messenger of cosmic history. You feel a connection to the past and the future, a reminder that the universe's quiet growth is also a gentle continuum that touches everything, including you. In this vastness, you notice that the dark between stars is not simply emptiness. It is a stage upon which the slow expansion performs. Dark energy is the unseen conductor, ensuring that each movement of the cosmic orchestra is in harmony. You feel your own heartbeat align with this rhythm. The idea that a force so vast, so subtle, could shape everything, brings a strange sense of intimacy. The universe is not distant, it is breathing alongside you. You imagine drifting past a nebula, clouds of gas illuminated by young stars forming within. Here, new suns ignite, and planets begin their slow dance around them. Dark energy does not intervene directly but sets the stage, holding the cosmos in a delicate balance, making space for stars to be born, planets to form, life perhaps to emerge. You feel the enormity of the process, but it is gentle, not overwhelming, a quiet reminder that the universe moves slowly, with care, in a rhythm you can sense but cannot fully control. As you continue to float, you sense the stretching of the void more clearly. The distances are enormous, almost impossible to fathom. Yet, each increase, each infinitesimal widening, is part of the same continuous breath. You think of it as a cosmic tide, gentle yet irresistible, shaping the stage on which all matter, all light, all life dances. There is a grace in this constant motion, a soothing consistency. You feel a meditative calm in the acknowledgement of forces far greater than yourself, acting with patience across billions of years. You notice how smallness and vastness merge here. From your perspective, even the most massive galaxy is a tiny island in the ocean of space. And yet, that same galaxy contains stars, worlds, perhaps life, that are vast in their own way. Dark energy connects these scales, linking the immense with the intimate, allowing you to perceive the rhythm of creation and expansion as a unified whole. Your mind rests in this balance, finding wonder in both scale and subtlety, in movement and stillness. The darkness around you hums, and you realize that it is not silent, it is filled with possibility. You sense the latent energy, the slow unfolding of space that will shape the universe for eons. There is patience in this energy, a quiet insistence that the cosmos will continue, that galaxies will drift, stars will shine and fade, and new worlds will emerge. You feel a part of this continuity, connected not by proximity, but by presence, by awareness. And as you float, feeling the gentle pull, the quiet stretching, you realize that this moment of contemplation mirrors the universe itself. Time slows, thoughts drift, you expand in awareness. There is a soft serenity in knowing that the cosmos moves gently, inexorably, as you move gently with it. You sense that the universe is larger than fear, larger than haste, larger than any small concern that could occupy your mind. Here, in this quiet meditation, you are part of an eternal rhythm, a slow dance of energy, matter, and time. And yet, the story does not end here. The hum of dark energy suggests more questions than answers, a gentle prompt to continue exploring, to wonder at the forces that shape the cosmos. You feel the pull toward the next layer of understanding, toward the mysteries that lie just beyond your current gaze, inviting you to drift further into the night, to discover the subtle ways the universe whispers its secrets. You close your eyes and feel yourself drifting into the quiet sea of the cosmos, where space stretches endlessly around you. Here, in this boundless dark, gravity moves softly, invisibly, pulling and shaping. It is a gentle force, a subtle dance that cradles the stars and whispers to the galaxies. You imagine each celestial body swaying like a leaf on a slow, cosmic wind, held not by stiffness but by invisible fingers that trace paths older than memory. Above, a cluster of stars twinkles in delicate clusters, bending light in ways that your mind can barely track. You notice the soft arcs, the elegant loops of light that gravity draws, and you realize that the universe is a quiet artist, painting with both weight and space. Every curve, every arc, every shadowed lane of starlight is a testament to its unseen hands. You imagine yourself floating alongside these cosmic dancers, weightless, carried by the same force that has kept planets in orbit for billions of years. As you drift, you notice a spiral galaxy turning gently in the distance. Its arms stretch outward, curving like water caught mid-motion. Gravity holds the stars together, keeping the spiral from dissolving into chaos, yet the galaxy seems alive, breathing in slow, measured cycles. You feel the calm of that balance. It is not rigid, it is not abrupt. It is a subtle tension, a conversation between the pull inward and the push outward, a dialogue between attraction and the silent stretching of space. You think of dark energy, the counterpoint to gravity's embrace. It is the quiet insistence of the universe to expand, to stretch and grow, nudging galaxies apart even as gravity draws them together. You imagine these opposing forces meeting in a gentle tug-of-war, not violent, but deliberate. You feel the rhythm of this cosmic heartbeat, the ebb and flow that makes the universe both stable and ever-changing. It is a slow, hypnotic pulse, like the inhalation and exhalation of a being whose life spans eons. In your mind, you wander closer to a cluster of galaxies, their light bending toward each other in faint arcs that remind you of thin streams of water meeting in a pond. You follow one streak of starlight, watching as it curves around an invisible mass, disappearing and reappearing as though peeking behind a curtain. The paths of light are graceful, deliberate, like a dance choreographed by forces beyond comprehension. You feel both awe and a gentle reassurance that there is order, even in such vastness. Gravity's touch is not harsh. It is patient. It waits, nudges, guides. It is the slow architect of the cosmos, shaping galaxies, curving space-time, orchestrating orbits that stretch for billions of years. You picture yourself as a tiny observer on a distant planet, feeling the pull of a star that you cannot see but know exists. That pull connects you to the larger story unfolding in silence above, a reminder that everything has weight, direction, and consequence. Time stretches here differently. You float among ancient photons, light that left its star when Earth's continents were young and oceans still forming. You marvel at the journey each particle has made, carried through gravity's invisible channels, traveling in a rhythm dictated by the curvature of space. You sense that gravity is not just pulling matter but also guiding memory, carrying traces of the past across the silent reaches of the universe. It is a slow, patient storyteller, weaving narrative threads into the luminous tapestry that unfolds before your eyes. In this drifting, you notice something delicate, the way galaxies interact, their outer arms brushing lightly against each other like fingertips. There is a gentle tension, a hint of intimacy in their slow approach. Stars are not destroyed, they are nudged, shared, exchanged. Gravity does not rush, it allows each motion to develop in its own time. You sense the quiet wisdom in this patience, how even immense forces can move with elegance and softness, respecting the rhythm of what exists. You imagine visiting a dark void, a space seemingly empty between two galaxies. And yet, gravity is still present, unseen, shaping the potential paths of matter and light alike. Even in the apparent absence, the pull exists, subtle but constant. You feel a kinship with this quiet presence, as if even in solitude, you are guided, held, and balanced by unseen hands. Your thoughts drift to planets, orbiting stars with a grace that mirrors the galaxies themselves. Each planet travels its elliptical path with quiet obedience, a slow dance that repeats without notice but never fails. Gravity keeps it tethered, yet the journey is not constrictive, it is freeing. You sense the paradox here, that constraints can create freedom, that structure can be gentle, and that even the firmest hold can be nurturing. A comet passes nearby in your mental gaze, its tail shimmering like silk across the black velvet sky. You follow it and notice how gravity shapes its path subtly, bending it just enough to guide its return journey or to fling it into new, unknown reaches. You think of chance and intention entwined, of the seemingly random arcs that obey invisible rules. In this, you find comfort, realizing that the universe has a rhythm, a structure that carries every wandering piece into its place, without hurry, without force. Even as galaxies cluster together, stretching, colliding, and orbiting, you notice the profound silence of it all. Gravity works quietly, without fanfare, and yet its influence touches everything. The vastness of space seems less lonely now, for you feel the connective tissue of this gentle pull. You feel it in yourself too, in your own gravity toward curiosity, wonder, and contemplation. There is a mirror between the cosmos and your inner journey, each held together by invisible threads of influence and care. As you continue to drift, you sense the interplay between light and shadow, attraction and expansion, closeness and distance. It is a dance without urgency, a choreography that spans eons, a gentle tug that is persistent yet kind. You feel part of the rhythm, not as an observer but as a participant, floating alongside stars, galaxies, and unseen forces, carried in the slow current of universal motion. Finally, you linger on the edge of a luminous galaxy, noticing how its spiral arms seem to stretch endlessly, held yet free, moving yet constant. You feel the soft pull of gravity, the quiet insistence of dark energy, and the subtle balance that holds everything in harmony. Your thoughts slow further, settling into the gentle sway of cosmic rhythm. You realize that the universe's vastness and order are not opposites, they are two notes in a delicate melody, a song that invites you to listen, float, and wonder. And as you let yourself drift among the starlight, you sense a quiet question rising. If gravity holds galaxies together, what invisible threads might stretch even beyond, shaping the spaces yet to be discovered? You float, weightless, as if suspended in a vast, invisible ocean. Around you, the stars are distant and still, yet you know they are moving, subtly, imperceptibly, carried along by a quiet rhythm that has existed for billions of years. The space between them stretches, not with noise or force, but with a silent, patient energy that slowly unfolds the universe. You notice it first in your own breath, the way it deepens and eases as you become aware of the endless expanse beyond you. Each inhale feels like a whisper of expansion, each exhale a soft sigh of acceptance. There is no rush here. Time itself seems to pause and stretch, bending with the gentle growth of everything around you. The galaxies, each a collection of countless stars, drift farther apart in a cosmic dance choreographed by dark energy. This mysterious force is not chaotic or violent, it is calm, steady, like the tide retreating slowly from the shore. You sense it as a subtle pressure on your consciousness, a reminder that all things are moving, evolving, and becoming. It is invisible, yet its presence is undeniable. You feel it in the quiet, in the stillness that surrounds you, in the gentle urging of the universe to continue growing. As you drift through this expanse, you notice the shapes of galaxies, spirals and ellipses, intricate and delicate, like soft brushstrokes painted across the canvas of the cosmos. They rotate slowly, each star following its path in silent harmony. Some are small and faint, others enormous and luminous, yet all move together with the same unspoken understanding, that they belong to something much greater than themselves. You sense a unity in the vastness, a quiet connection that binds everything together. You feel it as a gentle hum, resonating through your mind, a reminder that even in the emptiness, there is structure, purpose, and grace. You focus on a distant galaxy, watching as its spiral arms stretch outward. Time here is different, measured not by seconds or minutes, but by eons and light years. Light from its stars has traveled for millions of years to reach you, and yet, in this moment, it is present and vivid. You marvel at the patience of the universe, the slow unfolding of cosmic events that feel eternal. The space between you and the galaxy is immense, yet it carries a sense of intimacy, as if the universe itself is inviting you to notice its quiet, steady growth. Dark energy, the unseen hand guiding this expansion, is everywhere and nowhere. It exerts no sudden force, no harsh push or pull, only a soft, continuous stretching that shapes the cosmos. You feel it as a calm inevitability, a rhythm that cannot be hurried or reversed. There is a kind of serenity in this knowledge, a relief in understanding that the universe has its own gentle order. You imagine dark energy as a subtle current in a vast ocean, carrying galaxies and stars along in a smooth, unbroken flow. Its presence is felt, not seen, like the warmth of sunlight on your skin or the quiet pulse of your own heartbeat. You begin to notice how small you are in comparison, yet this realization does not frighten you. Instead, it brings a sense of peace, a gentle humility. You are part of this rhythm, a small consciousness floating in a universe that stretches infinitely in all directions. Your thoughts slow, your mind softens, and you become aware of the interconnectedness of all things. Every star, every particle, every breath of energy is linked in an elegant, unseen pattern. You feel yourself as part of this tapestry, a quiet observer and participant in the eternal unfolding. Galaxies drift apart, but their movement is not empty. Each one carries within it the history of countless stars, the memory of ancient explosions and the glow of newborn suns. You imagine these events happening simultaneously, in slow motion, a gentle ballet of creation and transformation. The universe is alive with these soft rhythms, moving outward, expanding without urgency. You sense a harmony in this process, a delicate balance between motion and stillness. It is a dance without music, yet it feels complete, perfect in its simplicity. Your awareness expands to encompass more than just the galaxies. You sense the dark void between them, the emptiness that allows space to grow. Yet even this emptiness is not truly empty. It is filled with possibility, with the subtle potential of energy and matter yet to come. The universe is a quiet garden, stretching endlessly, where every seed of light will eventually bloom. You feel the patience of this process, the deep calm of a cosmos that unfolds at its own pace. There is no need to rush, no need to force anything. Everything is happening exactly as it should. You drift past a cluster of galaxies, their light mingling in delicate shades of blue and gold. You notice the gravitational pull that keeps them loosely bound, yet even here, dark energy continues its gentle work, nudging them apart ever so slightly. The forces of the universe are intertwined, gravity pulling, energy expanding, time flowing, each one contributing to the soft, inevitable rhythm of growth. You feel this as a meditation, a slow awareness that stretches your mind along with the universe. It is calming, grounding, and infinite. You imagine the journey of light, traveling across these expanding distances. Photons that left their stars millions of years ago are now brushing against your consciousness. They carry stories of creation, whispers of distant worlds, hints of mysteries that you cannot yet fully grasp. Each particle of light is a gentle messenger, a bridge between past and present, between the known and the unknowable. You feel your own awareness as part of this continuum, a single thread in a vast, luminous web that stretches across space and time. As you continue drifting, you sense the scale of everything more deeply. You realize that expansion is not just a movement of galaxies, but a movement of space itself. The void stretches, carrying everything with it, yet doing so with such calm precision that nothing is lost. The universe does not hurry, it does not demand. It simply grows, patiently, inevitably, like a deep breath that never ends. You feel your own thoughts slow, your mind softening into the rhythm of this gentle expansion. There is a quiet beauty in understanding this. Expansion is not a threat, nor a force of chaos. It is a soft, serene pressure, an ever-present rhythm that shapes the universe with infinite care. You sense that this is how the cosmos communicates with itself, through the slow stretching of space, the gentle separation of galaxies, the quiet dance of light and time. You feel connected, not through control, but through observation and awareness. You are witnessing the universe's breath, its calm pulse, and it is enough. In this quiet, you notice the subtle textures of space, the way light bends, the way distance grows, the way time itself seems to slow. Each moment stretches, allowing you to sink deeper into the experience, to feel the cosmos not as something distant, but as something intimately present. You imagine drifting forever, carried along by the gentle expansion, your awareness merging with the rhythm of the universe. There is no fear, no urgency, only the soft inevitability of growth and change. And as you linger here, in this vast, unending expanse, you begin to wonder about the forces beyond your sight, the mysteries that guide this growth, the unseen energy that nudges galaxies apart, the subtle threads that connect past, present, and future. There is so much you cannot see, yet you feel it, a soft presence in the spaces between stars, a quiet guide in the rhythm of the universe. You realize that this gentle expansion, this serene stretching of space, is only the beginning of a much larger story, a journey that will continue long after you have drifted further into its embrace. The universe exhales around you, and you exhale with it. Space continues to stretch, silently, eternally, and you feel the soft inevitability of what is to come, a gentle invitation to follow its rhythm, to observe its quiet unfolding, and to wonder at the infinite mysteries waiting just beyond the reach of light. Close your eyes and feel the universe as a living, breathing expanse around you. Not loud, not overwhelming, but vast and tender. Imagine the stars you see at night, pinpricks of memory from long ago. Each one sends its light across unimaginable distances, carrying whispers of time and space. As you follow these beams with your mind, notice a subtle rhythm, a gentle acceleration in the way the cosmos stretches. It is almost imperceptible, yet persistent, like the slow pull of a tide that shapes cliffs over millennia. You drift further into thought, sensing that the space between galaxies is not fixed. There is a quiet motion in the void, a stretching that does not rush but persists, reshaping the emptiness with soft insistence. Each galaxy moves, not as a solitary dancer, but in a vast cosmic choreography. The dance is slow, deliberate, and elegant, a rhythm that seems to mirror the gentle beat of your own heart. You are not outside it, but part of it, a quiet witness to the universe's patient unfolding. Light travels differently here. Its paths bend ever so slightly as space itself expands. Imagine a stream of sunlight pouring through a window, refracting on a crystal, scattering in delicate, unpredictable arcs. Now imagine that same effect across billions of light years. Each ray is subtly shifted, stretched, carrying not just brightness but stories of the stars' distant pasts. You let your mind float along these currents, tracing the contours of their gentle bending, feeling as if you could almost hear the faint sigh of expansion in every photon. As the universe expands, it does not do so chaotically. There is a pattern, a calm order beneath the apparent randomness. Galaxies drift apart, yet their motion is orchestrated by an invisible hand, an underlying energy we call dark energy. It is invisible, mysterious, yet omnipresent. Like a gentle wind blowing through a field of flowers, it moves everything in subtle harmony. You imagine its effect as soft pressure on the fabric of reality, imperceptible at first, but over time shaping the very geometry of existence. You start to sense the fragility in this vastness. Each ripple in the cosmic fabric is delicate, a feather falling through a silent room. The universe is not harsh or violent in its expansion, but tender, patient. Time itself seems to stretch, expanding alongside space, creating a sense of gentle elongation. You notice the stars growing fainter, not because they are dimming, but because the light takes longer and longer to reach you. Each photon is a traveler on an ever-lengthening journey, carrying with it the history of creation. You feel a quiet awe, a recognition of the patience and persistence encoded in the universe's motion. Think of the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the universe's birth. It is a whisper from the dawn of time, a gentle reminder that expansion has been ongoing for billions of years. Its waves ripple through space, cooled and stretched, painting a picture of a cosmos that has been growing, breathing, and unfolding ever since its earliest moments. You imagine yourself drifting along these waves, moving in synchrony with the universe's slow rhythm, carried forward by a motion that is invisible yet undeniable. There is a softness to this acceleration, a meditative quality that invites reflection. Unlike the frantic pace of everyday life, the universe moves with a patience that is almost musical. Each galaxy is a note, each cluster a chord, and the expansion is the quiet rhythm that ties them together. You can feel it in your chest, a resonance that echoes the pulse of the cosmos. It is comforting, a reminder that the grand scale of time and space is not to be feared, but to be appreciated in its slow, deliberate unfolding. Imagine floating past a galaxy cluster. Its light is tinged with the redshift of expansion, a subtle stretching that tells you of the distance and the passage of time. You feel the enormity of the space between, yet it is not empty or lonely. It is full of the gentle push of the universe, the unseen forces that guide the stars and the galaxies with tender insistence. You breathe in this vastness, allowing yourself to be enveloped by its quiet majesty. Each ripple, each stretch in the cosmic fabric, hints at a future both distant and intimate. There is a poetry in the fact that the universe, though immense, moves in a way that touches you personally. The light you see tonight may have traveled billions of years, yet it meets your eyes here, in this very moment, connecting the vast past with your present awareness. You feel that connection deeply, as if the gentle acceleration of the cosmos is not just a physical phenomenon, but a dialogue, a soft conversation that includes you as a participant. Consider the idea that this acceleration may continue indefinitely. The universe could stretch faster and faster, carrying galaxies ever further apart. It is not a cause for anxiety, but for contemplation. The vastness invites you to slow down, to reflect on the meaning of motion, of persistence, of gentle change. You realize that time and space are not adversaries to your experience, but companions, shaping a landscape where thought and feeling can drift freely. You notice that even in this expansion, patterns emerge. Galaxies cluster, filaments form, and voids open like quiet rooms between them. There is a geometry to the cosmos that is invisible yet intimate, a framework that supports both the grand sweep of cosmic history and the delicate unfolding of each particle's journey. You let yourself feel the elegance of this order, the poetry in the interplay of forces both seen and unseen. The gentle acceleration of the universe is like a lullaby, composed over billions of years, yet still playing softly in every corner of existence. Each wave of expansion is a note, each shift of light a phrase. You imagine drifting along this melody, feeling the soft cadence in your own body, in your own breath. There is a serenity in this awareness, a calm acceptance of the vast, unhurried motion of all that exists. And as you float here, suspended in thought, you sense that the universe's subtle speeding up is not a distant abstraction, but a presence you can feel. It touches every particle, every photon, every shadow of light that reaches your eyes. It is gentle, persistent, and infinitely patient. In this quiet, you understand that the cosmos is not rushing, yet it is moving, and in that movement, there is both a promise and a mystery. The stars continue to whisper. Galaxies drift apart. Light bends, stretches, and carries its stories forward. You are part of this ongoing journey, a silent observer and participant. And in the gentle rhythm of the universe's acceleration, you find yourself poised on the edge of curiosity, ready to drift further, to wonder what lies beyond the reach of the light you now follow. You close your eyes and allow your mind to drift into the quiet of the cosmos. Imagine a cluster of galaxies, luminous islands scattered across the infinite dark sea of space. Each galaxy swirls in its own rhythm, a dance of stars and dust that seems both ancient and alive. You notice the subtle pull, not of any hand, but of the unseen. There is no rush here, only a gentle movement, an unfolding story written in light and shadow. The galaxies do not collide in haste, they glide apart, each step measured, deliberate. You sense the invisible threads of gravity weaving their paths, tugging softly, whispering of past encounters and future possibilities. This slow separation is not loss but expansion, a meditation on distance, on the poetry of space. You let yourself float alongside them, moving in harmony with the cosmic tempo, your thoughts mirrored by the silent rhythm of their drift. Dark energy hums beneath your awareness. You cannot see it, yet it is present, a subtle pressure that stretches the fabric of space. It is the wind beneath the wings of galaxies, neither cruel nor clumsy, only constant. You feel it as a gentle urging, an invitation to release your grip on certainty. Like dark energy, some forces in life are unseen yet shape every movement, every breath, every quiet choice you make. You allow yourself to notice, to trust the rhythm of the unseen, letting the universe's vast choreography soothe your mind. Between each cluster lies the sacred emptiness of space, a canvas vast enough for your thoughts to settle and wander freely. You imagine drifting through this dark, quiet expanse, each step in the cosmic dance accompanied by a sense of reverence. The emptiness is not loneliness, it is the promise of possibility. In its silence, you can hear your own heartbeat echoing against the pulse of the universe, and you recognize the gentle truth that even in vast separation, there is connection. The galaxies themselves are not solitary. Each cluster carries hundreds, thousands of galaxies within its embrace. You imagine their edges tinged with soft light, edges that shimmer and bleed into the darkness, where gravity holds them close but never tightly. Stars are born in clouds of gas, live their brilliant lives, and fade into gentle shadows, leaving remnants that continue the story. You feel the weight of time, stretching across billions of years, and yet it moves with patience, like your own slow exhale. In this expanse, urgency has no home, there is only the unfolding of the cosmos, quiet and inevitable. You notice the spiral arms of galaxies, curling in delicate, almost hypnotic patterns. Each rotation is a story, each glimmering pinwheel a moment suspended in eternity. You imagine riding along the edge of a spiral, watching stars pass in slow procession, feeling the warmth of distant suns that shine without demanding attention. The motions are calm, rhythmic, as if the universe itself is breathing. You too breathe with it, inhaling the beauty, exhaling the tension that weighs upon your mind. Clusters move apart, drawn by the same force that pulled them together eons ago. You feel the paradox of the universe: expansion and cohesion, freedom and gravity, emptiness and fullness. There is a lesson here in balance, in the silent understanding that some distances are not emptiness but spaces for growth. You let your awareness stretch with the galaxies, imagining yourself becoming both observer and participant in this grand, slow dance. Dark energy's influence grows as the universe expands. You visualize it as a subtle glow in the background, a delicate brushstroke of light across the infinite canvas. Its presence is both mysterious and reassuring, a reminder that not all forces are visible, yet they are essential. You feel this invisible guidance in your own life, in the gentle nudges that lead you toward understanding, toward serenity. It is a quiet teacher, urging patience, reminding you that movement does not always require effort. As the clusters continue their drift, you imagine the emptiness between them filling with soft, unseen currents. Perhaps these currents carry whispers of creation, seeds of new galaxies waiting to form, or echoes of ancient stars long vanished. You sense a gentle rhythm in this emptiness, a pulse that matches the slow beat of your heart. There is an intimacy in the void, a quiet companionship with the cosmos itself, where every space is meaningful, every absence filled with potential. You allow your gaze to travel further, beyond the clusters you first noticed. There are more galaxies, more clusters, each moving with its own deliberate grace. The universe expands in every direction, an endless tapestry woven from light, dust, and the quiet hum of cosmic forces. You feel your awareness stretch with it, growing lighter, more expansive, more connected to the vastness around you. Your thoughts slow, becoming gentle ripples across the surface of a deep, still pond. Imagine the night sky above your world, a tiny reflection of the grandeur you now perceive. Each star, each distant galaxy, is a reminder that you are part of something immense and enduring. The movements of clusters, the invisible guidance of dark energy, and the silent spaces in between offer lessons in patience, in letting go, and in trusting the unfolding of life. You feel a tender kinship with the universe, a recognition that your own inner rhythms can mirror the slow, meditative tempo of these cosmic dances. As you linger in this contemplation, you notice patterns emerging, subtle and delicate. Galaxies form threads, clusters align in filaments, and the universe takes shape like a web of quiet intention. You marvel at the complexity born from simplicity, the order arising from vast emptiness. You sense that the same principles guide your own existence, the balance between motion and stillness, the dance between visible and unseen forces, the interplay of distance and connection. The separation of galaxies is neither abrupt nor lonely. It is a gentle drift, a deliberate unfolding. You imagine yourself moving with them, each breath synchronized with their glide, each thought softened by the cosmic quiet. You feel the reassurance that distance can be beautiful, that emptiness can be a place of meditation, and that unseen forces, like dark energy, guide the gentle course of everything without demanding notice. Your mind wanders through these clusters and voids, and you feel a softening in your chest, a release of tension you did not realize you were holding. The rhythm of the universe seeps into your own rhythm, encouraging patience, fostering wonder, and inviting a deep sense of calm. Each galaxy, each star, each whisper of dark energy becomes a teacher, illustrating the elegance of motion without strain, presence without attachment. And as the clusters continue to glide apart, you sense a story in progress, an endless unfolding that is patient, intentional, and serene. The vast emptiness between them holds a quiet promise, a space for thought, for reflection, for dreaming. You rest in this space, cradled by the slow, meditative movement of galaxies, feeling both infinitesimal and integral in the cosmic ballet. You let your awareness soften into the silent spaces, allowing the drifting galaxies to guide you deeper into reflection. The universe stretches before you, endless yet inviting, filled with gentle motions and quiet guidance. And as you hover in this meditative calm, you sense the next question stirring in the distance, the one that waits beyond the drifting galaxies, in the hidden depths where light bends and time itself seems to sigh. Close your eyes and imagine a river, not of water, but of time itself. You are standing at its edge, feeling the cool, intangible current brush past your consciousness. It is not hurried, not restless. It flows with a patience that humans can scarcely imagine. In this river, seconds are not counted. Minutes do not rush. Instead, every tick, every flicker of a moment, is a leaf drifting gently along a vast, invisible current. You step into it, and the river embraces you with the quiet reassurance that all things unfold in their own measured way. Far above, stars trace arcs across the dark canvas of the universe. Some are young, burning bright, impatient with their own emergence. Others are ancient, faint whispers of light that have traveled billions of years to reach you. As you watch, the galaxies themselves drift slowly along, carried by the tide of cosmic time. Spiral arms rotate in a rhythm that seems imperceptible at first, but when you attune your senses, you feel it, a slow, swirling dance choreographed by gravity and the unseen hand of dark matter. There is no rush here. Only motion, gentle and unending. You begin to sense dark energy, that subtle, mysterious force that nudges galaxies apart. It is not violent, not loud. It is more like a soft exhalation of the universe itself, a quiet insistence that space should stretch, that time should expand, that the grand story of everything continues without pause. You feel it as a gentle pull, a rhythm beneath rhythms, a hidden heartbeat of cosmic patience. You could try to count it, but numbers fail here. Time is too expansive, too fluid to be captured in mere human units. Instead, you let it wash over you, a silent tide shaping the cosmos as surely as rivers shape valleys on Earth. Imagine a star being born. Clouds of gas swirl in the dark, collapsing under gravity's tender insistence. For eons, nothing seems to happen, and yet inside, energy gathers like a quiet pulse. Slowly, gently, a spark ignites, and light begins to bloom. You feel the slow heartbeat of creation, each moment a careful layering of possibility, each second a patient unfolding. This star does not hurry, and you cannot rush it. The universe knows something you do not. Every moment is exactly when it needs to be. You drift alongside planets forming in disks of dust. Rocks collide and fuse, spinning ever so slowly into spherical shapes. You imagine the centuries passing, the millennia of quiet collisions, the eons of gravitational negotiation. It is a calm, deliberate process. You realize that patience is not passive, it is the universe's way of knowing what it truly wants. You, too, start to breathe in that cosmic patience, feeling your own heartbeat synchronize with the gentle tempo of unfolding worlds. Dark energy continues its silent work. It is everywhere, filling the empty spaces between galaxies, pushing them gently apart. You cannot see it directly, but you can feel the effect as the universe's slow exhalation. It is shaping the rhythm of existence, guiding the flow of time like a soft wind bending tall grass. You imagine galaxies drifting apart with infinite care, no hurry, no collision, only a graceful expansion that has been ongoing since the very first moments of the cosmos. In this moment, you feel a connection to that patience, a reminder that life, too, has its own tempo, often beyond your control, always unfolding as it should. Your thoughts drift like comets along the cosmic river. You reflect on the human sense of time, clocks, schedules, deadlines. They are fleeting, hurried, so unlike the deep, expansive rhythm of the universe. Yet here, you realize, there is no separation between moments. Each second contains the echo of the last, and the whisper of the next. The universe does not race, it flows, patiently, carrying all its wonders along a slow current. You feel your mind relax, letting go of urgency, allowing yourself to float, suspended in a gentle awareness that spans not hours or days, but eons. Now, imagine the far reaches of space, the emptiest voids between clusters of galaxies. Even there, time flows. Even in the vast quiet, the gentle pulse of expansion continues. You see light from distant stars stretching, redshifting, a signal of the universe's slow breath. You understand, on some level, that this stretching is time itself extending, carrying all matter and energy with infinite care. There is a calm inevitability to it, a soft unfolding that holds both the beginning and the eventual fading of all things. You rest in that knowledge, letting it cradle your mind as a mother would a child, softly and without hurry. You begin to feel the continuity of moments, a string of infinite nows. Each instant flows into the next without effort, without pause, without loss. You recognize that this is the rhythm of life on cosmic scales, patient, deliberate, and tender. Even the seeming chaos of supernovae, of colliding galaxies, of spinning black holes, is woven into a larger pattern, a slow, meditative orchestration that surpasses understanding. You feel a deep calm, a connection to something larger than time itself, a quiet awareness that every flicker of your thought is mirrored by emotion somewhere in the vast expanse of space. The stars whisper their slow stories, and you hear them as if they were part of your own heartbeat. Dark energy hums in the background, shaping space and time with gentle persistence. The river of the cosmos carries you, and you carry the awareness of it into every breath, every thought, every sense of wonder. You are both observer and participant, suspended in a calm, rhythmic universe where patience is the most profound law, and the quiet unfolding of time is the most beautiful melody. As you float, you notice the subtle connections forming. One galaxy drifts near another, yet there is no rush. Stellar nurseries glow in the distance, slowly birthing light and life. You see black holes as quiet sentinels, not devouring, but waiting, guiding the flow of stars and gas like careful choreographers. You feel your mind slow to match the cadence of these vast movements, the meditative pulse of existence carrying you deeper into reflection. Time is no longer a measure, but a companion, a guide, a gentle river that has been flowing long before you arrived and will continue long after. And so, you remain suspended, aware that every motion, every flicker of light, every drifting particle is part of this immense, slow symphony. You sense the hidden rhythm beneath all things, the patient pull of dark energy, the careful orchestration of gravity, and the expansive patience of time itself. You rest in it, a traveler on a river that has no beginning and no end, carrying you gently toward the next discovery, the next unfolding, the next quiet wonder of the universe. You begin by imagining the vast stretch of space, a canvas of velvet darkness sprinkled with pinpricks of ancient light. Each star, each galaxy, is a quiet story traveling toward you across unfathomable distances. You breathe slowly, allowing your mind to float, untethered, toward the far edges of what can be observed. The observable universe is not infinite in sight, yet it feels infinite in wonder. It has boundaries, not of walls, but of light's journey and time's patience. Beyond the furthest stars, the light has yet to reach your eyes. Beyond that, you cannot see. You feel the tension of curiosity pressing gently against the limits of perception. It is a delicate invitation to contemplate what lies beyond. As your awareness expands, you notice the faint shimmer at the cosmic horizon. It is subtle, almost like a whisper across a quiet room. This boundary is not a solid line but a diffuse edge, where the familiar galaxies thin and the unknown begins. You sense fragility here, as though the universe itself is stretching, pulling apart at it seems ever so slightly. Dark energy threads through this space, a mysterious presence that gently nudges the cosmos outward. Its influence is imperceptible in a single moment, yet over eons, it shapes the grand architecture of everything you see. You imagine it as a slow, unceasing wind, invisible but real, guiding galaxies apart with the most delicate touch. There is no hurry in this movement. It is patient, eternal, and profound. You feel yourself drawn to the spaces between galaxies, the voids where light seems hesitant to reach. Here, in the emptiness, you recognize the subtle dance of creation and expansion. Matter and energy move in silent rhythms, obeying laws that are as predictable as they are mysterious. Your mind floats with them, attuning to the pulse of the cosmos, to the heartbeat of a universe in constant motion. Imagine a single photon leaving a distant star, beginning a journey that will last billions of years. It drifts across time and space, encountering nothing but emptiness, yet carrying the story of a star's life. You watch it arrive, finally, at your eye, completing a journey that spans more than you can fully comprehend. There is patience in this light, a quiet persistence that mirrors the gentle unfolding of your own thoughts. The observable universe is a fragile bubble of knowledge, held together by light and gravity, bounded by the speed at which information travels. Beyond this bubble, the unseen stretches outward, perhaps infinite, perhaps unendingly different from anything you can imagine. The horizon reminds you that all observation is temporary and all understanding is partial. Yet, this limitation is not discouraging. Instead, it inspires a tender curiosity, a longing to explore, even if only in imagination. You let your mind drift further, noticing the faint whispers of change at the edge. Galaxies shift imperceptibly, cosmic structures evolve slowly, and the universe expands with quiet inevitability. Dark energy does not roar, it does not demand attention. It is a soft, constant presence, shaping the future without announcement. You sense its influence as a gentle stretching, a widening of space that will eventually separate galaxies from one another, creating vast loneliness on unimaginable scales. Even at the horizon, the universe is full of texture and motion. Clusters of galaxies swirl in grand spirals, filaments of dark matter thread the cosmic web, and nebulae bloom in colors too faint to name. You feel the enormity of this tapestry and the humility of your place within it. Your curiosity is a mirror of the universe's quiet unfolding, a recognition that the more you learn, the more there is to observe. In this quiet space, you consider time. Light takes billions of years to travel from the farthest reaches you can see. You are seeing the universe as it once was, not as it is. The cosmos is a living memory, each photon a messenger from a distant past. And yet, despite the immensity of time, you feel connected. You feel that your awareness, small though it may be, participates in the ongoing story of the universe. Dark energy hints at a future transformation, one that will unfold over trillions of years. Galaxies will drift beyond each other's reach, stars will fade, and space will grow emptier still. The universe will become quieter, more diffuse, and yet, in its quietude, there is beauty. You sense the poetry in this inevitability, a gentle reminder that change is the only constant, and that all things are part of a slow, unfolding rhythm. You notice that your own thoughts have slowed, mirroring the universe's languid expansion. There is no urgency here, no demand to know everything. You simply exist, observing, imagining, feeling the quiet pulse of cosmic history and the gentle nudge of things yet to come. It is a calmness that wraps around your consciousness like a soft blanket, reassuring and infinite. The horizon seems to beckon, not as a boundary, but as a doorway. It invites questions. What lies beyond the observable? How does the universe continue, beyond your perception? Could there be realms that never touch the light you see? And yet, there is no pressure to answer. You are free to linger in curiosity, to float among questions as effortlessly as a comet drifts through space. You imagine traveling toward this horizon. You would pass through familiar galaxies, witnessing the spiral arms and glowing cores, and then drift past regions you cannot yet name. Each step of the journey is slow and deliberate, a meditation on motion and time. You feel the connection between yourself and every particle in the universe, a delicate thread tying observer to the observed. As you approach the outer edge, the universe seems to thin, its fabric stretched by expansion and time. You sense the inevitability of change, yet you also sense resilience. Stars burn, galaxies rotate, and the cosmos continues, patient and unfaltering. In this stillness, you recognize the gentle power of persistence, both in the universe and within yourself. Dark energy continues its silent work, expanding space and reshaping the ultimate fate of everything you can observe. And yet, even as distances grow and galaxies drift apart, there is wonder. There is curiosity. There is the profound beauty of watching something immense unfold without interruption, without rush. You feel gratitude for the chance to witness it, however fleetingly. Your thoughts linger at the cosmic rim, at this shimmering edge of the observable. You understand, in a quiet way, that the horizon is not an end but a beginning, a place where questions gather, and where imagination can roam freely. You feel the gentle tug of mystery, a call to continue exploring, to feel, to think, to wonder. And as your mind drifts in this gentle contemplation, you sense the softest hint of what is to come, a universe still in motion, still expanding, still whispering secrets beyond the reach of light. You do not need to hurry, for the horizon will always be there, a patient companion in the quiet journey of understanding. You begin by imagining the night sky as a living tapestry, each star a whisper suspended in the dark. You tilt your head, and the cosmos tilts with you, stretching gently in all directions. There is no hurry here. Time seems fluid, like a soft current of air brushing against your skin. Each distant point of light pulses with quiet rhythm, a heartbeat from across the void, reminding you that even in silence, the universe is never still. Somewhere far away, a cluster of stars gathers in a delicate embrace, bound by gravity's invisible threads. You can almost see them leaning toward one another, a cosmic conversation in slow motion. Yet, between the threads, space itself is stretching. It's imperceptible to the human eye, but measured by careful instruments, the expansion is undeniable. Dark energy, the gentle but relentless whisper in the cosmic ear, nudges galaxies apart, whispering that nothing remains forever in the same place. You imagine standing on a planet, perhaps one that has never existed in your memory, looking up at the sky. Each light you see is old, carrying with it stories from millions, or even billions, of years ago. Some stars you see may already be gone, their light traveling across empty space, arriving now, long after the flame itself has dimmed. And yet, they are here, in this moment, in your gaze, as though the universe has preserved them just for you. You feel the tug of thought as you consider the enormity of this expansion. Slowly, imperceptibly, the distances between stars and galaxies increase. Planets drift in silent arcs, moons orbiting their suns in ever more elongated paths, yet still bound by gravity's tender hand. Dark energy is the patient artist of this transformation, invisible yet omnipresent, stretching the canvas of space without haste. You watch and feel the calm inevitability of it, knowing that this quiet stretching is not violence, but a kind of gentle letting go. Your mind drifts to the Milky Way, a spiral of stars spinning lazily in the dark. It is a family of light, held together for now by gravity's embrace. But even this familiar structure, comforting in its scale and rhythm, is not immune. Over unimaginable spans of time, galaxies will drift from each other, the bonds that tie them will loosen, and once close companions will recede into isolation. It is not a tragedy, nor a loss, but a slow, inevitable unfolding, a meditation on the nature of existence itself. You imagine a future when, on a dark night, you look up and see fewer stars, fewer sparks of light. Some have vanished beyond the horizon of visibility, leaving only blackness where once there was company. And yet, there is a peculiar serenity in this emptiness. You understand that even absence is meaningful. The universe is teaching patience, a gentle lesson in understanding time not as an enemy, but as a quiet guide. The stillness between the lights is as important as the lights themselves, a rhythm of silence that gives shape to the cosmos. In this vast, expanding space, the concept of proximity becomes relative. Light from galaxies drifts toward you at its own pace, racing across expanding voids, stretching as the universe stretches. You begin to feel the weight of distance in a new way, not as isolation, but as a softening of presence, a reminder that even from afar, connection remains. Each photon that reaches your eye has traveled a long journey, a bridge across the vastness, carrying information from epochs long past. In this, there is comfort. Though the stars may no longer be neighbors in space, they are still companions in story. You reflect on dark energy itself. It is not violent, nor loud. It is a tender, persistent force, the quiet breath of the universe expanding in all directions. You imagine it as a gentle hand, moving objects apart without breaking them, coaxing space to grow with patient inevitability. You feel a parallel within yourself, moments of letting go, of allowing life to stretch and expand in its own time. The cosmic dance mirrors your own inner rhythms, the ebb and flow of thought and breath. As the universe stretches, light itself begins to shift. Galaxies recede, their glow stretching toward red, fading into the distance. You can almost feel this gentle reddening, like a soft sigh of cosmic passage. It is not frightening, it is simply the universe's way of aging gracefully, of showing the beauty in change. The stars you once knew intimately will eventually fade from view, not in violence, but in the slow, rhythmic unfolding of time. You can almost hear the quiet pulse of the cosmos in these changes, a lullaby for the mind that contemplates without rush. You let your imagination wander to even greater scales. Consider clusters of galaxies, like distant islands drifting across an infinite sea. Each carries its own stories, its own histories of star birth and death, of planets forming and dissolving. As space expands, these islands will slowly move beyond each other's sight. The universe becomes a place where solitude is natural, not tragic. The connections that remain are subtle, like whispered messages carried across immeasurable distances. You sense that even in distance, there is a profound intimacy, a recognition that all matter, energy, and light share the same vast stage. In this expanding cosmos, you find a strange kind of intimacy with time itself. You imagine observing a galaxy as it drifts slowly from your gaze. You feel its journey not as a loss, but as a story unfolding at a pace beyond immediate comprehension. The universe does not rush, and neither do you. Your consciousness stretches along with the universe, feeling the patient pull of dark energy, the slow dance of celestial bodies, the quiet growth of space. Every star, every photon, every silent spiral of a galaxy is a note in this vast, cosmic symphony. You feel a comforting weight in understanding the inevitability of expansion. Nothing is hurried. Stars may separate, galaxies may recede, and yet the universe continues to hum, steady and eternal. There is beauty in the patience, a rhythm in the quiet stretching that mirrors the rhythm of your own heartbeat. In this, you find a reflective calm, a gentle meditation on existence, permanence, and change. The universe is teaching a subtle truth, that even as distances grow, even as companions part ways, the journey itself is enough, full of meaning in its slow, unfolding path. And so you sit in quiet reflection, gazing at the sky that stretches endlessly above you. The stars, the galaxies, the vast stretches of emptiness, all exist in a delicate balance of presence and absence. You feel the gentle tug of curiosity and wonder, knowing that this is only the beginning of the story, that even greater expanses and mysteries await in the chapters to come. The universe, in its tender expansion, invites you to continue imagining, to continue journeying through its quiet, poetic vastness. You lie back, and the universe opens quietly above you. In the black velvet of night, points of light shimmer like scattered seeds of memory. Each star, each galaxy, each faint smudge of light carries a story of distance and time. You realize that when you look up, you are peering into the past. The light that reaches your eyes has traveled for eons, crossing the vast, silent spaces between galaxies. Some of it began its journey before the very first humans walked the earth. And yet, here it is, brushing softly against your awareness, a gentle proof of persistence amidst the emptiness. The galaxies themselves are drifting, pulled apart by the subtle, pervasive force we call dark energy. Invisible, silent, it stretches the fabric of space, carrying each cluster, each star system, gently further from its neighbor. And still, even as the universe expands, light travels. It moves steadily, faithfully, like a courier that never tires, bridging the gulf of time and distance. You feel a quiet awe at this balance. The universe grows, yet its memories travel forward, arriving in your eyes long after their departure. You imagine a single photon, a particle of light, leaving the surface of a distant sun millions of years ago. It drifts freely, unhurried, slipping through the black corridors between stars. For a moment, you picture its journey as a slow dance across the cosmos. It passes nebulae that glow with soft, ethereal colors, crosses empty voids where not even dust stirs, and eventually falls into the gravitational embrace of a galaxy you have never visited. After such an unimaginable voyage, it reaches you, carrying the warmth and quiet story of its origin. You feel a strange intimacy with something so distant, a connection that spans both space and time. In the spaces between galaxies, dark energy hums gently. It is unseen, yet its presence is undeniable. It pushes, it stretches, and it shapes the future of all that exists. You consider how this invisible force is a companion to the light you see. One moves outward, widening the universe, the other persists, bridging the widening gaps. Together, they form a quiet duet, one of growth and memory, distance and connection. You rest in the rhythm of this cosmic duet, feeling your own heartbeat echo the slow, steady pulses of a universe in motion. Each galaxy is a cluster of countless suns, each sun a tiny lighthouse, each lighthouse a marker of time. Some of the stars you see tonight may have already burned out, collapsed into silent remnants. And yet, their light continues to travel, unperturbed, carrying the story of what once was. You sense a certain comfort in this truth. Even when something ceases to exist in its original form, its presence can linger. Memory, persistence, echoes, these are the quiet gifts of the cosmos. You close your eyes briefly and feel the light brush against the corners of your mind, a subtle warmth that invites reflection and curiosity. You picture the Milky Way as it arcs above, a river of stars spilling across the sky. Its light, too, is traveling, a soft glow that took tens of thousands of years to reach you. Imagine all the hands that have gestured toward this same sky, across generations and continents. All of them have glimpsed these luminous threads, each observer connecting in some invisible way to the story of stars. There is a serenity in knowing that this connection spans time and distance, a gentle thread tying you to the universe. The expanding universe is vast beyond comprehension, yet within it, each photon finds its path. You reflect on the paradox: the more the universe grows, the more light travels, ensuring that nothing is truly lost. There is an inherent patience in this movement. Light does not rush, it does not tire. It is not distracted by the stretching spaces, nor by the silent, relentless push of dark energy. It simply moves forward, bearing witness, offering proof that even across incomprehensible distances, existence leaves a trace. As you imagine these voyages, you begin to feel the calm that comes from understanding your place in this cosmic flow. You are small, yes, but you are also connected. Every particle of light that reaches you carries a story of creation, of fusion and gravity, of patience and persistence. And in this knowledge, there is a gentle peace. You are a part of the ongoing rhythm, the quiet dance between distance and connection, between expansion and continuity. You wonder in thought to the moments when light first emerged from clouds of cosmic dust, igniting newborn stars. You imagine these stars, newborn and tender, sending forth photons like whispers into the void. And those whispers, traveling for millions of years, finally arrive at your senses. There is a tenderness in this process, a cosmic patience that mirrors your own moments of waiting, watching, noticing. In this, you find a reflection of yourself in the universe. You are, in a quiet way, as patient and enduring as the light itself. Consider the oldest light you can see, the cosmic microwave background, a gentle relic of the universe's infancy. This light is not bright in the way of stars, yet it hums softly, a whisper of creation itself. It is the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, a constant companion in your night sky. Each photon here has traveled for nearly 14 billion years, and still it reaches you, a tiny, enduring testament to the beginnings of everything. You feel a quiet reverence, not just for its age, but for its perseverance. Even across unimaginable time, it holds on, reaching you in patient, luminous persistence. And as galaxies continue to drift apart, and dark energy softly pulls, you realize that the light you see tonight is a gentle contradiction. It speaks of distance and closeness at the same time, of endings and beginnings, of absence and presence. There is a profound beauty in this duality. Growth does not erase memory. Expansion does not destroy connection. And in this realization, your mind begins to rest, tracing the paths of photons across the sky, feeling the invisible threads that tie you to stars, to galaxies, to the distant, quiet hum of the universe itself. You breathe in slowly, imagining the vast corridors through which light has traveled. Each breath matches the rhythm of cosmic expansion in your mind, a stretch, a pause, a gentle arrival. You feel the comfort of this perpetual motion, a cycle that has no hurry, no abrupt endings, only steady, persistent journeying. You are both observer and participant, held in the calm embrace of a universe that remembers and endures. As your awareness drifts along these cosmic pathways, you sense the subtle balance between the visible and the invisible, the light and the dark, the expanding void and the persistent glow. The universe moves, quietly, insistently, and in its movements, it leaves traces, echoes, and whispers for you to notice. You feel the warmth of that gentle persistence, the reassurance that even in distance, connection is never truly lost. And as your mind floats on this wave of luminous calm, it begins to wonder, softly, about the next chapter of the universe's story, the hidden structures, the unseen forces, and the silent mysteries that await discovery. You close your eyes and let the darkness fold around you like a soft blanket. The world of waking, of chatter and hurried steps, drifts away, leaving only a vast, quiet space. This space feels alive yet peaceful, like a deep forest at midnight where the wind barely stirs, and the trees lean together in a shared silence. In this quiet, you notice a faint glow, a tapestry of stars scattered across the velvet expanse of night. Each point of light is a distant sun, a beacon of memory and energy, stretching across unimaginable distances, yet somehow touching your mind directly, gently. You imagine yourself lying on a plain, vast and open, where the horizon is nothing but a curve that blends seamlessly into the darkness. Above you, the stars form patterns you've never learned to name. They shimmer faintly, as if breathing in slow rhythm with your own inhalations and exhalations. Gravity, that invisible architect, holds them in place. You feel its presence as a whisper, a subtle tug that binds planets, stars, and galaxies together. And yet, alongside gravity, dark energy hums quietly, pushing outward, expanding the cosmos with a tender persistence you cannot see but can sense in the deep swell of space. Your body begins to mirror this cosmic dance. Your heartbeat slows. Muscles unwind. Shoulders drop. Your breathing becomes a gentle rhythm, like the rise and fall of distant waves on an invisible shore. You notice your mind, often busy and restless, becoming fluid, stretching like the universe itself, expanding and contracting with curiosity and calm. Here, you feel connected, not just to the stars above, but to the forces that shape them, the invisible threads of energy and gravity that choreograph a universe far older than any thought you have ever held. The night does not rush. It stretches infinitely, its depth immeasurable, its silence profound. In this quiet, you can almost hear the echoes of the universe's first moments, the soft pulse of creation long before humans walked the earth. You imagine light being born from darkness, photons escaping from hot cores of stars, traveling across light years to reach you now. The stars you see tonight are not merely points of light, they are ancient storytellers, each carrying secrets of formation, fusion, and decay. You feel a profound respect, a gentle awe that does not demand understanding but simply invites presence. As you linger here, the subtle waves of gravity begin to take on a rhythm you can almost follow. Galaxies spiral, nebulae bloom, and stars orbit around invisible centers, all in harmonious, silent motion. You imagine the earth spinning slowly beneath your feet, carrying oceans, forests, mountains, and all life in its invisible embrace. Each movement is precise, yet serene, a cosmic ballet performed without an audience, yet entirely alive. You sense that within this enormous calm, your own thoughts are allowed to drift like dust motes in sunlight, light and weightless, floating freely without urgency or expectation. The night deepens. Dark energy, subtle and pervasive, stretches the space between galaxies, urging the universe outward. You picture it as a soft, invisible wind, unhurried but eternal, touching everything yet remaining unseen. Your mind can almost trace it, feel its gentle pressure as you exhale, as if the very space around you participates in a quiet, meditative breathing. You realize that the same forces shaping galaxies are shaping you, subtly influencing the tides in your veins, the rhythm of your own cells, the patterns of your thoughts. There is a profound harmony here, a whisper of cosmic design that does not demand belief, only awareness. Above, stars blink softly, their light traveling across the vast emptiness for centuries before arriving here. Some you imagine have already burned out, yet their photons continue, carrying their stories, unknowing, through time and space. You picture each one as a message sent across the void, a gentle reminder that even in darkness, energy persists, and life, whether in atoms, planets, or distant suns, finds a way to shine. You feel yourself part of this continuity, a small yet significant participant in a universe that has been unfolding for eons. Your body feels heavier, settled into the weight of your own gravity. Yet your mind is light, like a balloon tethered to the earth yet free to drift among the stars. You notice the subtle warmth of your breath, the tiny shifts in your chest and belly as you breathe, and you imagine these movements echoing the rhythm of distant pulsars, each beat a small pulse in a universal symphony. Time becomes fluid here, less a strict line and more a gentle ripple, flowing without urgency, carrying you forward, deeper into the night. The darkness itself becomes a presence, soft and enveloping. It is not empty but filled with potential, with unseen forces quietly at work. You sense that in the vastness of space, everything exists in a delicate balance. Gravity pulls, dark energy pushes, matter swirls, and light travels, all without conflict, all without haste. There is a lesson here in patience, in the quiet unfolding of complexity, in the beauty of things working together silently, without ceremony or applause. You breathe in this lesson, letting it sink into your bones, your mind, your very perception of being. You begin to drift further into this state of quiet observation, where imagination and awareness blend seamlessly. You imagine galaxies colliding and merging, stars being born and dying, and yet the universe remains calm, vast, and enduring. You feel that same endurance within yourself, a stillness that can hold moments of joy, curiosity, and reflection without being pulled in every direction. You notice how your thoughts can come and go like comets tracing arcs through your mind, bright, transient, yet never disruptive. As you lie here, fully present, you sense a profound continuity, that night is not merely around you but within you, and that the forces shaping galaxies are the same forces shaping your very being. You are simultaneously infinitesimal and immense, a participant in a story older than time itself, yet entirely immediate, entirely here. The stars above seem to nod softly, acknowledging your presence, welcoming you into the quiet rhythm of cosmic existence. And now, as your awareness drifts toward the edge of sleep, you notice the subtle hints of tomorrow's thoughts, faint threads of curiosity that reach beyond the night. Perhaps there is more to discover in the patterns of light, in the whispers of gravity, in the push of dark energy. Perhaps the next chapter of this cosmic journey will invite you to follow these threads, to float alongside photons, or to listen more deeply to the silent music of the spheres. You settle into this gentle anticipation, letting the universe cradle you, your mind soft and open, ready for the next unfolding.